My heart is racing right now as I come on here to tell you a kind of a story. So I bought a trademark or applied for a trademark, whatever that is. I registered a trademark today, and I want to talk about all of the things to lead up to this moment where I just decided it was time to register a trademark. And I don't know. So I've been coaching people for a little while now and supporting women and doing all these really amazing things. I almost feel like I need to do this in another... You guys. Did you take your diving bell? Okay, I'm just going to switch rooms here. Maybe it'll be a little bit quieter. Okay, so there's this thing that happened in my life. And I had like this giant speech prepared on how I was going to talk about this. And that's really hard. Maybe I should have brought my husband around to take care of the kids while I did this. But the reality is like, they're my everything. They're my reason why. They're why I do this. So if you don't like kids screaming, then I'm not going to be your girl. But here's the thing. Let's get real for a moment. I bought a trademark today, and that's like a real insane thing. And you might not think it's a big deal, but it's huge because I literally just like took $400 and said, I believe in myself and what I can turn this trademark into. And how did that happen? Let me tell you that it wasn't something that happened easily, and it wasn't something that happened overnight. And it took so much work on myself to get to this place of where I started to believe in myself. Hi, Hannah. So wholeheartedly that I realized I could literally do anything that I wanted. And so I want to tell a story. And I'm going to tell this story because I truly hope that when you hear this story, what you take away from it is the power. I need to not have the water on. Husband, if you're watching, you could come upstairs now. I want you to have this power. Here comes husband. Okay, we're switching out. Okay, we're going. High five. Thanks. Okay, guys, this is going to go a lot better now. I'm going to be able to like focus and all of those things. Okay, so I had this... I'm a mess. Okay, so I'm going to tell this story from this place of hoping that when you hear this story, you will understand the power that you have. Hi, Alex. Hi, Lauren. Over your life. Okay. And I want you, when you hear this story, to think of the messages that you have in your head when you were told that you were not good enough or that you didn't deserve something or whatever. I want you to think about this, and I want you to think about how your life might be different if you stopped telling yourself this message. And so we're going to go back in time. And if I cry, I'm sorry. But it has a happy ending. It really does. And when we get there, you're going to be so excited, okay? All right, so we're going to go. I am 36 years old. And I have lived my life for a very long time with this idea about myself that I was not worthy, that I was not good enough, that I did not deserve to be loved wholeheartedly by myself because I had a message in my head that told me otherwise. And I can go back and I can tell you a few moments where that message was locked and loaded into my brain. Okay? I can tell you that, but I'm going to tell you the big one. So a few months ago, I started working with Hillary Hill, and I was on this journey to become a life coach, and I didn't really understand what that meant, and I decided I wanted to become a fertility coach. That's really what I wanted to do. I went through a fertility journey, and that's what I wanted to do. And so I started doing that. And in that, I started blogging about like the mindset of infertility and talking about the things that come into our heads when we want something really bad, but we are unable to take action forward. What is that message that is in our heads? And I wrote down a story, and I actually created a blog, and I posted it, and some of you may have read it. This was, I don't know, 5 months ago, 6 months ago. And in the writing of that blog, something that I had been telling myself came yelling out of the pages at me. And it was this message. When I was 16 years old, I had a baby. And I gave him up for adoption. And that was, to this day, the hardest single day of my entire life. And the hardest day for me to look back at. But I did it. And I know in my heart, as much as like I love him and missed him every day, that is where he needed to be, and I did the right thing. But this story, although it's kind of about that, because I had my own shame that came from me to work through on that, Alex, what happened after that is I went back to high school. And I went back to trying to being a teenager. And my vice principal, he pulled me into the office and he said, "I'm watching you. Girls like you don't graduate. I know girls like you." And he labeled me as this thing. And to this day, I don't know what that thing was, but I can tell you what I created that thing in my life to be. And for a long time, that was someone who was not worthy, who had so many confidence issues, who struggled to have healthy relationships with anybody. This was life. This was the result of a choice that I made. And it lasted for so long. And over the years, I chipped at that feeling, and I chipped away at it, and I understood mindset, and I was working so hard at mindset. But to finally get to the words that changed like my whole, like who became like this critical part of who I was for so long, and to understand what those words were, girls like me, I then became able to change those words. I then became able to rewrite the words that I said to myself. When I asked myself if I deserved something, I said, yes, girls like me deserve everything. Girls like me and girls like you and men like you deserve everything. All of the good things, all the things you want from the world, you deserve it. And when I started telling myself that I wasn't some bad version of girl like me, I was something pretty amazing, and I had so much to give. And I started confronting those feelings and saying to them and recognizing when they were showing up in my life and when they were turning me backwards, I would say to them, girls like you deserve everything. Exactly. Girls like you deserve everything. My life changed. It did. And I started becoming this person. I was always this person. But the side of me coming out, the one that said, I get to dictate my life. I get, as a girl who deserves everything, I get to decide how I live my life, who I want to be every day. No one else gets to decide that for me anymore, because I have learned what it means to really stand in who I am and love myself radically. Not kind of, not almost, not sometimes, but always. And I cannot, I don't even know, my world feels rocked. And the craziest thing happened in my life, and I don't know. So I've worked for the same company since I was 18 years old. And I fought tooth and nail to be everything they needed me to be because I loved them. I had a good job. I had amazing people, and I fought to grow as a leader and as a person. And for a long time, I felt because when I started there, I came from this place of brokenness, that I owed them something for making me who I was today. And in my journey of self-love, I realized that I am who I am today because I rose to the challenges they gave me. I am who I am today because they said, Amy, this is where you could do better. And I said, okay, I want to do better. That's who I am. I made those choices. Who I have to owe my success to is me. And you need to know that about your life too. When you're winning in life, it's about you and your choices and your dedication and your motivation. And I have so much gratitude for every lesson they taught me. And I have so much gratitude for the time I got to spend there. But here's the thing. I know that there is something so cool waiting for me on the other side of this. And I did something, this is radical. I quit my job. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh, your guys' messages are so good and so kind. I quit my job. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to be just an entrepreneur. That's it. I'm going to work towards creating this amazing community of women who are working towards making their life, their dream life, working with my clients with fertility issues, helping them become mommies, working with clients and women and creating this community around keto because keto changed my life. Keto brought me my babies. Keto, I know it's a buzzword to a lot of people. I know that not everybody believes in that. But when I can tell you the impact it had on my life and the impact I can see it happening on thousands and thousands of women's lives, I am passionate. I am passionate about not only helping women learn how to keto, because, it can be complicated, but getting through those mental blocks, kicking down the walls we put in front of ourselves, kicking down the wall that belongs to those words that someone who doesn't fucking matter said to you, that stuck with you for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. 20 years I held on to girls like you. And I hope when you watch this, that you hear, girls like you deserve everything. Girls like you deserve to have miracles happen in your life. And I want to thank all the girls like you that have helped me get here. Alex, Crystal, Kim, my clients, Margarita, Hillary, so many, women that have been in the arena with me these last couple months as I went through this final stage of breaking through to find me and loving me. You guys, the hearts. And so I bought a trademark today, She Ketos. And in 2 weeks, I'm an entrepreneur. And that means I get to do a lot of really cool things and be around for my kids more and all the things that are in super alignment with my values. Caring for people, nurturing, uplifting, motivating, inspiring. That is what I get to do all day, every day. And I seriously can't wait. So if you're watching this, I am an entrepreneur now and today. You're right. You gave birth. I did. She just popped way out. She's just here I am. Hi, I'm Amy Hume. And I'm going to change the world. Come along for the ride. Yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say. So feel free to share this video if you feel like there's somebody out there that needs this information, to know that we have the choice. When we can learn what it is, that story we tell ourselves, that lie we tell ourselves. If you know someone that has one of those lies, share this with them. Because when you let yourself be honest, when you sit down and you dig into those feelings like I did when I was writing those blogs, and you tap into those feelings and you come up against that wall and you know what those words are, you can rewrite them. You can rewrite that story. And I just cannot wait to help women on like this huge level to rewrite their stories, because it changes your life for like amazing ways. Oh my gosh, I wish like I should have made a list of all the people that I'm thankful for right now, because it's huge. Like my mother-in-law is excited for me, you know, and you don't know her, but she's careful. Like she's always like, she's careful, and bless her heart for always caring for us, but she was excited too. Like this is going to be something pretty great. So anyways, you're going to want to follow along and see what happens. And yeah, Jeffrey, you may see this. I don't know your mom. I'm on her Facebook. And I need you to know, like, I love you every day. And I can't wait until that time when you and I really get to know each other again. Anything is really, like, anything is possible from here on out. That's it. All right. I'm gonna sign out now. And go figure out what me's gonna go do next. Okay. I love all of you. I love all of you. You guys have a wonderful night, and thank you for all these smashes over here. Just laughing, and it's just like heart smash, happy hugs. Okay. Thanks, guys. Love you always. Bye.